the storm with your heart. Play the storm with your heart.
At one time. Anywho, NFL, there was also news in NFL. A lot of news. Number one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Number one, Lamar Jackson. I've been hearing a lot of different reports. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens offered him $133 million guaranteed. And then all of a sudden I hear another report. I think it may have been Adam Schefter saying, no, they offered him like around Kyler Murray's guaranteed or something like that. Like, I've been hearing so many conflicting reports. It's been very weird to me. How do you feel about just all these different reports about Lamar Jackson's sort of contract negotiations?
I think it's a bunch of. It's kind of like they're just like it feels like they're just trying to like spin
the narrative.
Yeah, that's what it feels like because like we don't really know for sure. It's not like he has an agent that can leak this kind of stuff. So if anything, all the info was coming from the Ravens side.
But then I heard, so Stephen A., he said on First Take that he talked to Lamar Jackson's camp, who I think Lamar Jackson doesn't have a camp. It's just his mom and him. So that's what I believe. I think he probably talked to his mother. And he said, and Stephen A. said that his camp, Lamar Jackson's camp, said that those things about, oh, they offered him like Kyler Murray guaranteed, that was a lie. That they offered Lamar Jackson $133 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed. I don't know who to believe. I really don't. It's weird to me. Do you think there's some collusion going on with Lamar Jackson from the league, from the NFL? It is
kind of funny.
It is, right?
But I get he's a former MVP, but like you gotta pay a guy $200 million guaranteed that hasn't finished the last 2 years. It's kind of like. The owners like to save money. They don't like to, But there's also the other side, because there's nuance in all of this stuff. There's also the other side that Lamar has gotten hurt because the Ravens failed to put talent around him. That is also the other side of the thing.
That's true.
But he still got hurt, and it's 2 years in a row. And he hasn't really played at that MVP level yet these past 2 seasons. So. Are you really willing to commit $200 million guaranteed to a guy like that?
Like fully guaranteed?
Yeah, fully guaranteed. Like,
no. Like if I'm one of these GMs, these owners, I'm not giving you $230 million guaranteed. I'm not giving you $200 million fully guaranteed. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. You've been injured these past 2 years. You haven't been able to finish the season. I'll give you a little bit more than Kyler Murray because after Kyler Murray, that's Deshaun. So I'll make you the second highest quarterback in the league when it comes to fully guaranteed contracts. But you're not surpassing Deshaun Watson. That was an outlier. That was a team that was desperate to be relevant. I'm not doing that because then I'm going to set a precedent, right, that every really good quarterback, when they're in contract negotiation, they want to top the other guy. They want to get 250 fully guaranteed. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to set the quarterback market. And so the Ravens, on the other hand, if the reports are true that they offered him $133 million fully guaranteed, then shame on them. That should not be the case. I would offer him more than Kyler Murray. That's fair. But if, on the other hand, Lamar Jackson is saying, well, I want more than Deshaun, then shame on you because that's ridiculous. I don't know, man. It's a collusion. I feel like
I think the owners are kind of like, I think they are just saying like we're taking a stand, like this is getting out of hand. Daniel Jones is getting $160 million.
We're gonna talk about that.
Even though his contract is way more friendly because it's really only like
2 years.
Yeah.
And then the cap, I think the dead cap, I have the information. I'll share it later.
I think it's a lot of incentives and stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of variables around that
Geno
contract.
Smith deal was pretty friendly too. So
yeah, but this right here, this is gonna
drag out for a while.
It's gonna hurt your
And I think
Cap
it sounds
situation.
weird because like all of these QB needy teams is like, nah.
That is true. That is really true. Like the Lions, the
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins, the Commanders.
The Commanders,
What?
the Falcons,
The Falcons.
the Panthers. Everybody just like, that's okay.
Bec-
And then there also was a thing that they don't want to do the work to
For the
draw up a
Ravens.
contract just for the Ravens to match it.
Mhm.
So
Pretty much like, you know how the NBA and they have restricted free agents, and how I'll give you an example like the Suns with DeAndre Ayton, where the Indiana Pacers offering them like 4 years, $160 million, and then all of a sudden, the Phoenix Suns, they just matched them and got him back. So
Yep.
they don't want to have that situation, and so I think the Ravens
and
they
then
made
having
the
these
smart
reports
decision.
leak out, and then the QBs that's currently on your roster that could be just like, I was just the second fiddle guy, you know.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are making a smart decision. As bad as it may look at times for the Ravens, because not giving Lamar Jackson any help these past 4 years is just ridiculous. That's the one thing they should be blamed for, is not giving Lamar Jackson any help. But when it comes to these contract negotiations and how they're sort of dealing with it, I think they're making the right decision, as long as they offered him a fair amount of money. If they didn't offer him a fair amount of money, then I will have to look at Baltimore and say, shame on you. But Ozzie Newsome, he's still in the building, who's well-respected, one of the best in the business. So I feel like, are they really doing something bad if they have Ozzie Newsome sort of overseeing everything? This is just a weird situation, man. It's a weird situation. I can't put my finger on it.
It really like the whole paying QBs thing. It's kind of like what side of the coin you fall over. Because there's one side it's like, yeah, pay the QBs what they own. But then there's other sides like you can't really build a elite roster when you paying so much of the cap is going to the Q. So you got the fans versus Jerry Jones and Steven Jones.
So like when I
man.
hear these reporters like on Get Up on ESPN saying just pay him what he wants, it just like, I get it, you can't play both sides, but you have to be logical. You have to understand, like, cap space is real, people. There is cap space. You have to manipulate cap space in order to get what you want. And when you sign a quarterback to $230 million fully guaranteed, there's a hard cap. There is no flexibility.
You got to be one of the best drafting teams of all time in order to pull that off.
Absolutely. This is where I give the 49ers credit. They gave up all those picks for Trey Lance, and they're still competing. They're still one of the best rosters in the league. That's where I give the 49ers credit on that one. And the Eagles as well, when they remember when they gave up all those picks for Carson Wentz, and they still was able to get a lot of really good players, drafted a lot of really good players, and recoup.
Yep.
But when you can do that when you don't pay your quarterback a lot of money. And when you pay your quarterback a lot of money, an enormous amount of money, you're not gonna have no flexibility. Why you think the Packers trying to get rid of Aaron Rodgers?
Why do you think the Eagles getting rid of pretty much the whole defense? All them dudes due up for money, they getting rid of them because that Jalen Hurts contract coming up.
If your quarterback is not Patrick Mahomes, if your quarterback is not Joe Burrow, if your quarterback is not Justin Herbert, you shouldn't be getting no fully guaranteed. I like Josh Allen, but he's not those guys. He's not those guys. I like Lamar Jackson. He's not those guys. So you have to be careful. Even if your quarterback is really, really good, you cannot be overpaying, because at the end of the day, football is a dependent sport. There are 11 players, sometimes 12, that come on the field that have a job to do, and the quarterback is dependent on the other positions to do their job. And when you don't have as good a talent as you need, guess what? You're going to lose. So the Ravens try to do something. Try to make this work. Lamar Jackson, try to do something. Try to make this work, because I'm tired of hearing these reports all over the place. I just want Lamar Jackson to do the smart thing. Anywho, so Other stuff in the NFL, right? Aaron Rodgers, he met with the Jets, and I guess he's gonna still meet with them. But he met with the Jets. They talked, and the Jets feel confident that they did everything they needed to do to sway Aaron Rodgers into wanting to come to the Jets. And so I hope this happens. I really do. I really hope that
I'm gonna let you finish this number down.
I really hope that the Packers trade Aaron Rodgers to the Jets because, number one, Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall, they want him there. They made a video where they burned the cheesehead because they really want Aaron Rodgers to go to the Jets. And honestly, I want Aaron Rodgers to go to the Jets too because as a Packers fan, I think it's time for us to move on. I want to see Jordan Love. I want to see him start. I want to see him play. And Aaron Rodgers' dead cap is a lot of money. And we can't do anything if Aaron Rodgers has all that dead money on the books. So it's time to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And I hope they make this deal. I hope that Aaron Rodgers comes to his senses and makes a damn decision already. It's been too long. You came out of your dark retreat already.
Just retire.
Or retire, but I would love the picks though. So, matter of fact,
Of
yeah,
course you would.
accept the idea, Aaron, and go to the Jets because why are you waiting this long? But anyway, you were smiling for some reason. Why were you smiling?
Because the ESPN notification says Dallas restructures contracts of QB Dak Prescott and Zach Martin and creates nearly $30 million in salary cap
Damn,
space.
how do they do that?
I'm telling you, salary cap can be manipulated. You can literally kick the can down the road and keep kicking it, and then cut your losses and still create cap space.
What do they do? They transferred, like, I guess,
They
some of the money into like bonuses.
They backloaded it,
Backloaded
or
it.
they either made it more bonus incentive.
So, like, does bonus incentives count towards the cap?
only if they get hit.
Oh, okay. All right.
And also, there's another report. They said Darius Slay wants guaranteed money beyond this year, and he's able to go out and see what his market is per rap sheet.
He's gonna want a lot of money.
I don't know why he ain't play as good as he did the year before.
I mean, he was. What you mean? He was one of the best corners in the league
For like the first half of the season. Then he started getting cooked.
Okay.
That's why James Bradbury was all pro and not him.
Oh, that's what it was? Wait, James Bradbury was all pro?
Yeah. He was like first team all pro.
No way.
Yeah.
James Bradbury was first team all pro.
Second team. He was
second
first or
team
second
All-Pro.
team.
What?
I think the first team was Sauce
Yeah,
Gardner.
it was Sauce and Patrick Surtain.
You sure?
Yes, I'm definitely sure. I remember the first team all pro.
I know James, but he was all pro though, and Slay wasn't.
Wow, that's crazy. I think Jair didn't make all pro. Did he? I forget.
He might have.
I forget. He might have. I don't know.
Even though I don't know why he did.
I know Diggs didn't make it.
No, they were Satan.
Yeah, but wow, that's crazy. So how do you feel about just Aaron Rodgers meeting with the Jets? What's your reaction?
I mean, it'd be a good pickup for them personally, but like, I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
You just despise him so much.
I just don't like Aaron, but it's also like, that's kind of like a weird fit, you know, because he's like all old and stuff. He's not going to fit in with them guys like at all. Mm-hmm. But then maybe he's the kind of guy that they need. I don't know.
Well, they're desperate because they have Zach Wilson as a quarterback.
That is true.
They need a quarterback desperately. So Garrett Wilson was trying to make his plea to Aaron Rodgers, saying, "Hey man, if we do this, if you come here and we do this, we're going to succeed." So they're just desperate, and I don't blame them. Like Zach Wilson's one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen, and so yeah,
he stinks.
Yeah, he stinks. He really does. All right, so Daniel Jones signs a 4-year deal worth $160 million. Wow. That just shocked me. I was surprised that the Giants made that call. Let me see. I have the screenshot of sort of the contract details and some of the notes from the contract. It was like it's 82 guaranteed at signing bonus from like 2023 to like 2024. $12 million of 2025 salary fully guaranteed. $30 million of 2025 salaries fully guaranteed for injury at signing, and then like a roster bonus at 2026. So from 2023 to 2024, the dead cap is just crazy. It's like 82 million next year, 63 million in 2024, and then that's where things get reasonable for the Giants. The dead cap jumps from 63 to 18 million in 2025. So it's not too bad after the 2 years, but if Daniel Jones stinks up the joint in the second year,
essentially he's got Dak money, but not as like it's not as cap extensive as Dak's contract is.
well, he better perform, because if he doesn't, oh man, 82 million dead cap hit in 2023, and then 63 million cap hit in 2024. They think he's a guy that's going to ascend because they have Brian Dable as a coach. I guess if Brian Dable sees the potential, maybe there's
Brian
something
Dable,
there.
I mean, he is in the business of making QBs better than what they actually are.
Yeah, but
So maybe
he threw like 15
maybe they
touchdowns.
going the Sanford the 49ers route, except they don't have nearly as much talent.
I don't know. I just don't.
They got cap space.
I just don't like the idea that a guy that didn't really play well
had
until
15
this year,
touchdowns.
until this year gets a 4-year, $160 million deal, like 82 million dead cap hit. Like
That's the market, man.
That's-
That's crazy.
that's ridiculous to me.
I'm surprised Geno didn't get more money than Daniel Jones, but
No, that was surprising to me as well. But
because Geno plays significantly better.
I just don't like this at all. It's just weird to me.
You think he gets that much money if he loses that playoff game?
No, nah.
Do you think he gets paid at all?
That's a great question. I think he does. I feel like Daniel Jones would ask for less money because he doesn't have the, I won a playoff game, I played well excuse. He doesn't have that leverage. He doesn't really have a whole lot of leverage if they just make the playoffs, because they made it like 9-8-1 or something like that. So it wasn't like they were 10-7. It wasn't like they were 11-6 or something, 12-4. Like they made it 9-8-1. Like, and then it was the 7th playoff spot. So you took advantage of the new sort of format in the NFL, and you only won 9-8-1. But since he won the playoff game, he has that leverage in his favor. Since the Giants, they haven't won a playoff game since Eli was the quarterback way back when they won the Super Bowl. That was a long time ago. Yeah. So, yeah, he had a lot of leverage there. They franchise tagged Saquon, which is
Good move.
I mean, that's a good move, but will he sign the franchise tag is the question.
He's a running back. Running backs got. They really don't have a choice. I mean, I'm sure he'd get more money probably because people like paying running backs for whatever reason. But like,
how much more money?
Exactly.
That's the question there. Because with Saquon, the injuries.
Because that was his last season was his really like health year. He was like pretty much played every game.
Yeah, the first year and then last year was like his only like great years, and then every other year he's been hurt. He's been injured, and so. How much money would he get on the open market? I don't know. Maybe like $30 million. Maybe it wouldn't be a whole lot of money. Does he get Aaron Jones' contract? I don't think he gets Aaron Jones' contract because Aaron Jones actually has been pretty durable, and he can catch out of the backfield too. So, man, Saquon is in a hard. He has a hard decision to make. I think he should play out this franchise tag to even know how old is he? Like 26. I think it'll be good for him because he's not at the 30-year-old range. So if he plays well next year, he could probably get a new contract. Might get $34 million, might get $35 million, but running backs is tough. Honestly, I would just draft one. I would just say
there's so many good running backs this draft is crazy.
I would just be like, Saquon, thank you for what you've done in New York, but
I think they should still draft a running back.
Because you have Bijan Robinson, you have
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yo, like what?
Zach Charbonnet, whatever. It's a lot of guys. It's a lot of Archain.
Yeah, I would just I'll just
Arcane.
draft somebody.
Yeah, there's so many running backs. It's ridiculous.
Maybe probably in like the second round.
you could get a top 10 running back in like the 4th round, which is crazy.
Like look at the running back. Look at the running back in Houston. He went in the 4th round. Come on, man. Damian Pierce, my guy. Come on now. Like you can get Kenneth Walker went in the 2nd round, and he was really good. Breece Hall went in the 2nd round.
Look, Ramondre
Stevenson. Dude, like I didn't even know there was quality running backs in last year's draft. And this year is probably better.
Yeah.
Think about that. You had a Breece Hall, Damian Pierce, Ramondre Stevenson, Kenneth Walker. These guys were in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. Like, I'm just saying, like, just get
Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco was 6th round.
I thought it was the 7th round.
7th round. Wow. You don't need Saquon. Especially if you think Daniel Jones is going to ascend. If you're paying that guy all that money, you must think that Daniel Jones is that guy. You need receivers. Forget a running back. Get receivers. Go out and pay somebody. Go out and trade for somebody. Get DeAndre Hopkins. Get somebody. I
seen someone posted a philosophy to team building. He said draft want, acquire need. And I was like, I like that.
Draft want and acquire need. So, like, if you need an offensive lineman, get him in free agency.
Yes. I think it might be exceptions to the rule though.
Yeah.
Like stuff like premium positions, you can pretty much pick either one. But like if you need a linebacker, more than like you should probably acquire one.
Yeah, because like safety.
Safety is definitely one of them positions. I don't like spending like draft capital on safety in the 1st round because it's like, I think corners are more valuable than safeties. I mean, you see, look, who were the safeties for the Chiefs?
Yeah, I can't think of any. I can't really think of. But the Chiefs never had good safeties.
Besides Honey Badger.
Yeah, Honey Badger, yeah. They signed him.
I mean, who was the Eagle safeties? They had CJ, but he was hurt for a portion of the season. They still was playing. Mm-hmm. They still had good safety play. They had Blankenship back there, and I don't even know who else.
Yeah, I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's an interesting philosophy, interesting way of doing things. So let's go to Geno Smith. Yeah, he re-signed 3-year, $105 million. Yeah, that's a good contract.
I'm gonna be so mad when they draft Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Nah, Packers gonna draft him.
A lot of mocks got y'all getting what's that Brian Branch. I forgot who that is. He's a safety, but sometimes play the nickel guy.
That sounds like a defensive player. Yeah, he's Brian Branch.
Yeah, that's what Daniel Jeremiah, he mocked them to y'all.
Bro,
all the mocks I've seen the Packers, they haven't taken a wide receiver. So I don't know what the org is telling these dudes, but
I think they're gonna go offense. They need a receiver. I said it before, but they need another receiver. Like I like Christian Watson, but they need a guy, a route runner. Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith, and Jabba. They need somebody like that. But Geno Smith, 3-year, 105. I like it. He made the Pro Bowl last year. It wasn't like he was an alternate. No, he made the Pro Bowl officially. Didn't come in from anybody else, so that was really good for him. And then they have Kenneth Walker coming back. The offensive coordinator's coming back. So I like the Seahawks position. I like
they need
they're
to draft
in right now.
Defense with that top pick.
Desperately, but yeah, this contract is definitely team friendly. I don't know how much guaranteed it is, but
honestly, they could probably trade back. What they got, the six picks?
Because of the Russ deal, they do have that.
Yeah,
they could trade back. That should be a smart move.
They could trade back and realistically still get a great defense player.
What they can get
because if what they're saying is true, saying there's 4 QBs going in the top 5, they'll still be able to draft Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, or maybe even Tyree Wilson
in top 6.
Yeah. And shoot, they could probably maybe go corner. I don't know why they would, but they got Tariq and Kobe.
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna go corner. I don't think they're gonna go corner.
The Lions probably will.
They might go. Well, yeah.
This draft season is gonna be so fun.
Yeah,
I can't wait to the draft.
interesting.
Is it April 20, whatever it is?
Yeah, whatever day it is. April 27th, something
The
like
mock draft is coming next month.
that'll be interesting.
I might even make a big board, but I don't know.
So Derek Carr, he signs with the Saints, and I was like,
Saints
really?
fans were not happy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that sign.
And the fans that were happy, pure copium.
Yeah, so what's the point of that move? Like, he doesn't move the needle at all. The Saints there, and it's just...
See, Michael Thomas was happy, though.
Michael Thomas... Is he going to stay healthy? Like, he's going to get on the field?
I don't know.
He's the Ben Simmons of the NFL. Doesn't stay on the field. Always, like, he's getting paid an enormous amount of money. Like, he doesn't... He's all talk.
Ski mask.
Ski Mask Hall of Fame. That's what he's in. We had that whole ski mask.
I mean, the Saints, they'll be... I don't know what's going to happen with Kamara, but...
Ooh, that's question mark as well. That whole situation.
At least they got Olave.
And Kamara, he kind of declined.
Yeah.
He's not the same guy that he once was. So they're in a weird position right now. I like Olave.
And their cap space is still cooked.
Yeah.
I don't know how they gave him that contract.
Yeah, I don't get it at all because they should just blow it up. They should just tank for they should tank for Drake May or Caleb Williams. I don't know why they're just saying, you know what, we're going to try to win.
The Bucks doing.
Exactly. And so I don't get why they're trying to continue to win. They're not in that position. They stink.
And Dennis Allen is a terrible coach.
They should try to I would have gotten rid of Cam Jordan, Tyrann Mathieu. I would have gotten rid of all of them. We need to trade.
They do have a first-round pick, though. Another one.
Right.
Because of the Sean Payton thing.
Okay.
But the Saints suck at drafting.
They suck, man.
They drafted decent. They drafted Chris Olave. Then they drafted Trevor Penning. Like, what?
They're in purgatory. Eagles give Darius Slay permission to ask for a trade. Your reaction?
You see, this is a great day. The Eagles are losing pretty much everyone on defense. It's just glorious. It's just glorious.
They're gonna retool. They're gonna retool.
They better do it through the draft because
they know how to draft.
Jalen Hurts gonna have to. He gonna want some of that cheese.
That's the one thing about the Eagles, though. They know how to draft really well.
True.
They know how to retool. They traded all those picks for Carson Wentz. They were still able to get some talent, so the Eagles will be fine.
We'll see.
Yeah.
They got picked 10 and 31.
It's weird that
30 because the Dolphins forfeited their pick.
It's weird that the whole thing with CJ and then you have Darius Slay as well. It's like, man, you're giving up a lot.
Yeah.
That would be a lot. That would be really detrimental.
They getting ready to pay Jalen Hurts. That's why they can't pay all these dudes.
I know, but like,
which is a shame.
I feel like Jalen Hurts.
But I don't remember when Dak contract. I don't remember getting rid of a whole bunch of dudes. We got rid of Amari Cooper, but that was after Dak got paid. So I'm confused.
Well, Dak
was 160
right?
for 4 years.
Yeah, 160. So Jalen Hurts probably gonna get 200.
Dang.
I know that's a lot of money, right? But
pay your QB sooner than later.
He kind of deserves it though.
He had one good year with the most loaded roster in the league.
That is true. Well, just I don't want to be a hypocrite because Lamar Jackson situation. True. So he deserves. I would say he did go to the Super. He deserves more than Kyler Murray. He deserves more than Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray shouldn't have even got paid that much money.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Especially I hate when I hate when teams pay QBs but don't have a plan. You're like, all right, take the money. We'll figure it out some other time. Like, no, and the Cardinals roster wasn't even win now mode.
The Cardinals is weird.
It's like they paid him just to be like, okay.
They were kind of desperate.
Yeah.
When you know that Kyler Murray has some character issues when it comes to like
the locker room's talking bad about him.
Yeah, like what is it, Kelvin Beachum or something?
Even though he's a bum, but
he's a bum.
He is. He's like the worst lineman on the team on the starting lineup.
Yeah,
He's trash.
he was like, man.
Even Hollywood came out and was like he said something, but yeah, he posted a tweet about it.
I saw that too. I saw that, but I don't know, man. It's just man, Eagles.
You mean the Cardinals?
Nah, the Eagles and Cardinals.
yeah.
Eagles and Cardinals. He deserves
The Eagles
more
will be
caliber.
better off. I think they have a better foundation, and Howie Roseman is a good GM. So I think they'll be back quicker than the freaking Cardinals will.
It'll be what's interesting. Remember when after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, some of their coaching staff left. It was Frank Wright.
Yep.
And then I think it may have been a quarterback coach or something may have left as well. So some of the same things are happening with the Eagles now when it comes to the offensive coordinator, I believe it was, and their defensive coordinator.
Yep.
So might be the same thing.
I know they kept Doug Peterson, but then the fan base pushed him out of office.
Mm-hmm. They said,
because they thought Carson Wentz was like that.
And they thought that Doug Peterson was a product of Frank Wright.
And lo and behold, they were wrong.
They were way wrong. Is there anything else that we need to discuss that we haven't discussed right now?
Nope. Free agency shenanigans, bunch of rumors. Players want to go here. It's a lot of players getting released.
Mm-hmm.
Like Darius Smith asked to get released.
Oh yeah, but he didn't.
Huh?
They don't want him to get released though.
I don't know. I think they said they don't plan on releasing him, but a lot of guys went out.
Mm-hmm. Frank Clark got released. Yep. Yeah. So
There's gonna be a lot of guys out. My team has no excuse to not come out of free agency with something. I'm leaving here with something.
Will Zeke get released?
I think they'll probably restructure.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they like Zeke.
I don't know why. It's weird.
They still better draft running back. I don't care.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I think that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and follow the socials as well. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Put my life in these sentences. Fucking right, it's either that or life sentences. I'm relatives with Benjamin. I used to give a fuck about my luck when I was innocent. Now what the fuck is up? I'm at your neck like a Pendleton nigga.